Hello, bonjour, buenos dias, konnichiwa, and welcome to the next R2D2 video where we're going to be looking at issues 88 and 89 this time. Now, you may remember the end of the last video I talked about how all that's left to do on the outer body is the bottom, and lo and behold, look what we get in issue 88. The bottom plate of R2D2, which is pretty cool. It does come in two parts. I don't fully understand why. I'm sure there's method behind the madness, but at the moment it just creates this really ugly looking seam there. But like I say, I'm sure there is method behind the madness of why it does come in two parts. The first thing we need to do is attach these two parts. To do that, we need to use this card here. This is a very different material to anything we've seen. It's very flimsy, very flexible. I think it is just here to attach to R2D2. Actually, I think I've just worked out why it's two parts, because this part goes around here like that. And if that's screwed down and this is pulled up, I think that's a little flap to get access to all the electronics, actually. I think I just worked it out pretty quickly. So that's pretty cool. So that is the first part. Let's just have a look at this in slow time and more close up. So you get the shorter part of the bum of R2D2, and you put the little card over there like that. You then need to put the washer down over that part like that, I guess, so it can just move freely. And then we will just screw it down like this with a flanged screw, and that just goes in the top there like that, nice and easy. There we go, that's nice and secure, and that part there moves around. So then we just need to bring back the bigger bum part of R2D2, place it like that, and then we need to screw down with some more flange screw this card into the main bum of R2D2, which I'm just going to go and do now. I never thought I'd be in a position where I'm talking about R2D2's bum on the internet. It's a bit bizarre. So yeah, with that part all done, like I say, if we just push this open, this does flap around there like that, and it does bend down because it is a flexible plate. I guess it is to get access. And then when it's all done, it will seal up like that. I hope it is a little bit more stable, because I don't want, you know, his bum to be... I don't want any R2D2 waste coming out of there, okay? I want it to be secure. I don't want to see any R2D2 waste just going out of there. Toilet humour on this channel. I'm sure you all love it. Right, so the next thing we do is we need to start putting in the electronics into R2D2's bum. So the first one is this here, which looks like a mains adapter port, which is very cool. That just slots in there like that, and then you just screw it down. It says here with a 1.7 times 6 millimeter self-taping screw. I don't know what that looks like. I'm sure this is the wrong screw. I'm going to use this one anyway. I've got to the stage now where it's like, hey, look, as long as the screw fits and it's secure, I'm using it. And actually, I think this might be the right one, because that went in really nicely and easily. Look at that. I got it right. Awesome. I don't think there is any specific way. Leave the socket in the hole which has the matching round end. Oh, okay, there is. Have I got that right? No, I haven't. Of course I haven't. Right, so let's unscrew this. There is a correct way for this thing to go in. Bear with me just a second while I unscrew. Okay, so this AC adapter, it has a straight end here and a round end there, and you can see it's got a straight and a round end there. If we just push it in there, that is more secure, and that is the right way around. I wish that that had happened naturally, but of course it didn't, which is a shame. Nah, it's not really that much of a problem. Oh, he says not been able to screw it back down now. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where all the other parts go, and then I'm going to screw them down. Oh, well, yeah, because that is all we're left to do, is attach this on-off switch. It can't screw it down just yet. It just places in there. It will be secured in time, but that is where that piece goes, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and screw down the AC adapter. And that is now secure as they come. that is flush up against the bottom there. Yeah, looking very, very cool. Now there is something else that you have to do at this stage, but it doesn't really affect this stage, it affects stages to come. And that is from the bottom, screw down these screws here. So these are special screws. In fact, let me screw this one in. Okay. These are special screws because they've got the threaded part here, and then they've got a smooth part here. And I guess we're going to be using the threaded part very soon. But you will find that when you start screwing them down, it screws in normally, and then it will just give way when it hits that smooth part, obviously. So just be careful of that. There you go. So they are in and they are secure, but they do move around quite a bit because we'll use them at a later date. Not really sure why. But that is the bottom plate of R2D2 all done. And also we get a nice little tiny screwdriver to really get into parts coming up. So that's pretty cool. And then of course the on off switch will just be in there. Move all this aside for now, because now we're going to look at the first part of the third leg of R2D2. And the first parts of the leg are these parts here. Let's just zoom in. These make up an end of the lubricator that will lubricate R2D2's foot. So the first part is this part here with this little peg part there. And we've got this circle with a hole. We just need to put this full-on cylindrical part over there. And then we put this part into this part with these two tabs fitting into those two holes there like that. Just twirl it around until it clips in. And this bar here should run horizontal to this part here, this little knobbly bit there. And then we just attach them with a screw, which I'm just going to go ahead and screw in now. There you go, nice and simple. And that is all in there securely. Those three parts are attached and it looks correctly. And you do exactly the same for the other one. So these are two of the exact same parts, which look great. And then what we need to get is this center part here, which will hold the two ends. So as you can see, if we look down here, there are three pegs there. The top peg will fit over there like that. I believe that's right. Yeah, facing downwards. So that peg faces downwards because that will slot in to the foot part, which I'll show you now. So we've got these two pegs and these screw holes, and they will attach into this area here. These two screw holes and these two holes for the pegs. And this part is one of the sides of the middle foot of R2D2. It does come with these accented silver parts, which will just slot into there eventually. But we're not going to install them now because we don't have the other half of the foot. That will come in the next video. So we just line up this lubricator like that, push it into all the holes so that it is nice and secure like that. Oops. There we go. And then we just screw it into the back here with some screws, which I'm just going to go do now. There we go. There's the lubricator attached to this side of the foot. This one is a little loose actually. So I might have to take this apart and tighten up this screw because it does fall away a little bit. Or maybe it's this screw here actually. Maybe I haven't pushed it through. Or a little bit of glue on here will secure it as well. So I might go and do that. But yeah, that is on there securely. That is one side of the foot all done, ready for the next side of the foot, which will come in next week's issue. So that is the end, next week's video even. So that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you will join me in a week's time for the next R2D2 video. Until then, take care. Bye bye. I just want to thank my patrons. Without you guys, this video would not have been possible and this channel would be dead, so thank you very much.